Hello, everyone. In this video, we will discuss who were the Nabateans, the people who originally built Petra? Who discovered Petra in modern times? Who are the key figures associated with the history and archaeology of Petra? What is Petra and what makes it a UNESCO World Heritage Site? What are the main structures and features of Petra, such as the treasury, Al-Khazna, and the Sikh Canyon? What role did Petra play as a trading hub in ancient times? When was Petra built, and when did it reach its peak as a city? When was Petra rediscovered by the Western world? When is the best time to visit Petra for tourists? Where is Petra located geographically in Jordan? Where are the main archaeological sites and landmarks within Petra? Where can visitors find accommodations and other amenities near Petra? Why was Petra built in its unique location within the desert landscape? Why did Petra decline as a major city over time? Why is Petra significant historically and culturally? How was Petra constructed? And what techniques did the Nabateans use to carve the city into the sandstone cliffs? How can visitors access Petra? And what are the best ways to explore the site? How has Petra been preserved and protected for future generations? Who were the Nabateans, the people who originally built Petra? The Nabateans were a group of people who lived a long time ago, around 2,000 years ago. They were the ones who built Petra, the ancient city in Jordan. The Nabateans were really good at carving things out of rock, and they used this skill to create Petra's amazing buildings and structures. They were also really clever traders. They controlled important trade routes in the Middle East, which made them very wealthy. They traded things like spices, silk, and other valuable goods with people from faraway places. Who discovered Petra in modern times? Petra was rediscovered by a Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt in 1812. He was traveling in the Middle East and heard stories about an ancient city hidden in the desert. Burckhardt was really curious, so he disguised himself as an Arab and snuck into Petra. When he saw the amazing ruins, he knew he had found something special. Burckhardt's rediscovery of Petra brought it back into the world's attention and sparked interest in studying and preserving this ancient city. Who are the key figures associated with the history and archaeology of Petra? Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. He was the Swiss explorer who rediscovered Petra in 1812. Archaeologists. Many archaeologists have worked at Petra over the years, uncovering its secrets and helping us learn more about its past. Some notable ones include Howard Carter, who is famous for discovering King Tut's tomb, and archaeologists like Philip Hammond and Martha Jakowski, who have contributed significantly to our understanding of Petra's architecture, history, and culture. The Nabateans. They were the ancient people who originally built Petra, and their culture and achievements are central to understanding the city's history. What is Petra and what makes it a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Petra is a really old city in Jordan that was built over 2,000 years ago by a group of people called the Nabateans. It's famous because it's carved into tall cliffs made of reddish rock, giving it a unique and beautiful look. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, thinks Petra is super important, so they made it a World Heritage Site. This means they believe Petra is really special and should be protected for everyone to see. What are the main structures and features of Petra, such as the treasury, Al-Khazna, and the Sikh Canyon? In Petra, there are some really cool things to see. The treasury, Al-Khazna. This is like a big fancy building carved right into the rock. It looks like a palace from a movie. People think it was maybe used as a tomb or a temple a long time ago. The Sikh Canyon. This is like a long, narrow pathway that you have to walk through to get to Petra. It's like nature made a secret entrance. The cliffs on both sides are super tall, and it feels really magical walking through it. The monastery. This is another big carved building, kind of like the treasury, but it's even bigger. You have to climb up a bunch of stairs to see it, but it's worth it because the view is amazing. The royal tombs. These are big carved tombs where important people were buried. They're like fancy houses carved into the rocks. What role did Petra play as a trading hub in ancient times? Back in ancient times, Petra was like a big international market. People from all over the world came here to trade things. The city was in a really good spot for trading because it was right in the middle of important trade routes. People traded stuff like spices, silk, incense, and other valuable things. Petra became really rich and powerful because of all the trading going on. The Nabateans, the people who lived in Petra, were really good at trading and made a lot of money from it. When was Petra built? And when did it reach its peak as a city? Petra was built a really long time ago, around 2,000 years ago, by a group of people called the Nabateans. They carved the amazing buildings and structures right into the rock. Petra reached its peak as a city during the 1st century AD. That's when it was a bustling center of trade, with people from all over the world coming to buy and sell goods. The Nabateans were really successful traders. and Petra became really rich and powerful during this time. When was Petra rediscovered by the Western world? Petra was rediscovered by the Western world in the early 19th century, specifically in 1812, by a Swiss explorer named Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. When is the best time to visit Petra for tourists? The best time to visit Petra for tourists is during the cooler months, typically from October to April. During this time, the weather is more comfortable for exploring the site, with milder temperatures and less intense heat. It's also less crowded compared to the peak summer months, so you can enjoy Petra's wonders without feeling too crowded. However, it's still a good idea to bring plenty of water and wear sunscreen, as the desert sun can be strong even during the cooler months. Where is Petra located geographically in Jordan? The ruins of the ancient city Petra are in southwest Jordan,